Welcome to On Air with Tatiana D.
The hottest motivation show in your suburbs.
Do you feel the daily routine is catching up
Are you a champion of your game?
and you need an extra dose of positivity?
Let's find out together how to live a happier life without stress or negativity. This is a story driven podcast where we talk about motivation, inspiration, and success in almost our post COVID reality. Hello again, and welcome back to On Air. Today I'm speaking with Amy Zwaigenbaum. I'd say she's superwoman, supermom, who had experienced highs and lows of motherhood combined with the stress of a full-time job. This is pretty much a familiar scenario for so many of us, isn't it? So, she has found a way actually to become an expert on relieving stress related illnesses and problems. And I think finding out how did she do that and what is her secret in being super mom and woman and managing it all together is something most of us would love to have a peek at, to learn and possibly maybe repeat. So, Amy, welcome to our little corner, and please tell us what is your story.
Well, thank you very much for having me on your podcast. My story essentially is I was a mom. I had a young son and I was working 12-hour days, and eventually I had to stop working because I was under so much stress between work and trying to raise my son that I got really, really sick.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, stress-related illnesses is a reality that a lot of people have to deal with. And I remember days where it was so painful that I literally couldn't get out of bed in the morning. I was crying, praying for a drive-by shooting.
Oh my God.
Anything that would stop the pain. And what I've found is there's lots of techniques out there. There wasn't at the time I was going through this, but there are now. But one of the things I do is I teach techniques of how to get around that stress, how not to be blaming ourselves and treating ourselves like, we have to do it all. Because ladies, we may look like goddesses, but we don't have the strength of them.
Ah,
Plain and simple.
plain and simple. So,
So what I did is I came up with techniques to get around the stress that didn't require the use of medication. Basically, when you get stressed out, and this is the problem that a lot of people go through, is women especially were raised from the time we're babies to be like the perfect mother, the perfect housewife. We have to be perfect, do it all. But on
mhm.
top of that, we have careers now. And the problem with that is society really hasn't caught up to the concept of the working woman. I mean, they tell us they have, but we're still raising our daughters to be moms and housewives. The first toy most people get their daughters is a doll.
Yes, indeed.
And this is so engrossed into our society that you don't even remember being brainwashed. I mean, this has been going on since we were babies.
But we're being brainwashed with love, I would say.
We're being brainwashed to believe that we can't be more than just the housewife. And that, having the family and the great career and stuff, that's just for guys, everybody enjoying it, that's for the guys. And the reason for that is essentially we've got double the work they have. That's why they're having fun. Because they come home from the office, they sit down in their favorite chair, maybe put on the game, have a beer, whatever. And that's it. It's
And we're taking our double shift, right? In the evening.
we start our second shift when we get home. And then we wonder why we're so tired.
Exactly.
Well, ladies, even Zeus himself could not do your workload.
So
So,
what would be your suggestion?
one of the first suggestions I recommend to my people, my clients, sorry, is to, well, at work you're a high tech person, but you don't do everything. You have your assistant, you have different departments, you have people under you that are doing things. Well, the first thing you do is you say, honey, kids, you've been drafted. You want to keep receiving all this stuff? Guess what? You're going to help.
Right.
I suggest weekends be your cooking time. Yes, ladies, we have this lovely thing called freezers now. And fridges, and we can cook up our meals for the week on the weekend. And then instead of us preparing meals after a long day at work, the kids can do it. They can just slap it in the microwave or whatever, and dinner is served.
Yeah.
Why should you go through this grueling work when you've got so much else to do?
I agree with you.
Okay, so plain and simple, everybody in the family benefits from this, and everybody in the family can be helping with this. These are not mom's chores, they are the family chores. Because I don't know about you, but that pain you get from stress, you don't need it. And quite frankly, your kids don't want you to have it because it's not accomplishing anything.
I hear you.
And who wants to be sick and tired?
The first person would not want you to be sick and tired. It's your partner.
Well, exactly. Let's face it, if mom is sick and tired, the honeymoon is over.
Yeah. So guys,
Okay.
gear up and
So
start
hubbies can
helping.
be very motivated to
Exactly.
help. Trust me, the husband would love to have back his new bride who likes to have a relationship and not just, hi, dear, how was your day?
Yeah.
Okay, the kids
hear you.
aren't benefiting from watching video games. There's a million studies out there that say video games are bad for them. There's lots of studies out there that say something like 80% of Americans are so stressed out that they need to get help for it. I mean, the world has become a lot faster than it was back in the days of June Cleaver.
You would
And
say.
we need to, society needs to catch up. And a big part of it is reprogramming your brain that, you know what, I can be more than just a housewife. And the husband can be more than just the guy who's the lump on the couch.
I hear you. So how you are teaching your clients? What do you do for that? I know that you created your business, so please share about that.
Okay, so I have stress coaching sessions. They're available either a la carte or in packages. So a la carte, a stress coaching one-on-one session is $250 US. But I also sell it as part of a package where they receive weekly meditation classes, monthly energy healings. And the lovely thing about the monthly and the weekly bonuses is they're all recorded. So mom can watch them whenever she wants, as many times as she wants. If you want to do a meditation class every day of the week, you can do that. Just watch the class. You learn about things like how to breathe so that you can connect with the universe, connect with God, and feel at one with the universe, really. You you manage to decompress. You're letting go of all that stress. You're taking where you've just been tightening and tightening and tightening until you're just a ball of tense. You're releasing and releasing and releasing. And next thing you know, the fibromyalgia flare ups are thing of the past. IBS, wave goodbye. Sleeplessness, insomnia, constipation, all of this stuff can go away. I'm not saying you're going to be 100% healed. Okay, stress is one of those things that comes back and bites you in the butt. What I am saying is following these steps will take away the flare ups, which is where you get the pain and the suffering.
Very interesting. And what I know that very recently I've done I had a guest who is he's not he's psychic medium, and he was talking about a lot of interesting things, ghosts and stuff. I have a young lady who would be coming sometime soon. She also has healing power. She lives in Utah, so she's going to be coming on the show too. And I know there are a lot of people who listen to my podcast and saying like, "Oh, we don't believe in stuff like that." So yeah, I understand. When I was getting ready for that psychic medium Michael Curry to be on my show, I found statistics that about 45% of Americans do not believe in such supernatural powers. What would you tell to people who do not believe in any of the healings too?
Well, I would tell them as a Reiki master, I have my own little treatment. It's called an energy tune-up. And I used to do this at healing fairs, so alternative medicine events.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one man come and he said, "Oh, yes, I know all about this stuff." And I did the energy tune up, which is like a mini Reiki treatment.
Okay.
And the man almost stumbled out of the massage chair because he was so shocked at the heat he could feel coming through my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't expect to actually experience anything.
Okay.
I can tell them that when I do a Reiki treatment, I can literally see in my mind's eye the colors coming out of my hands into the chakras. I would tell them that to experience these things is the only way you're going to know whether they're real or they're not real. And the healing arts have their place in medicine. They've been practiced in places like China since the beginning, pretty much, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the best kind of medicine is a combination between the yin and the yang, which is your Eastern and Western medicine.
Yes.
Doctors do not have time to sit back and have a conversation with you.
No, they do not.
Okay, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Their time is very valuable. I can sit with my clients for a whole hour talking to them face to face over the internet, which is very, very safe. You don't have to worry about any COVID.
Yes.
And nobody gets hurt by it.
Yes.
People learn a lot. They gain a lot of new perspectives on what they're going through. They gain techniques that they can use, like visualization, where they can remove that stress from their minds. I have a little blog on my website. I know
Yeah, I
everybody
wanted to
loves
talk about
this.
that. Yes. Please share.
Basically, I did this just for fun because my background is as a teacher as well. And I was teaching classes on murder mystery solving. So as a fun thing for my website, I added a blog that called How to Literarily Get Away with Murder. And
Literally.
basically it's a writing exercise to de-stress. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a fun one in the sense that, guess what? Now you can kill the boss.
Or
It's
the
okay.
stress.
It's okay to kill whoever's stressing you out because it's done in writing.
Okay.
And one thing I've told people, the best part about it is if you wrote it really well, the next time the boss or whoever makes you angry, you can think about that lovely story about when you killed them. And nobody gets hurt. No consequences. No criminal prosecution. You are allowed to write about killing someone anytime you want, and nobody can prosecute this. It is a story.
As
And the
long as
lovely
nobody
thing
gonna
about
start
it,
seeing something really serious about that.
unless you follow through on your story, there is no criminal intent.
Yeah.
So, yes, it can make you smile when this person makes you angry, or you're having a bad day at work and the boss just won't stop, and you can think, you know what? I killed him. Ooh, I feel better now. But it was just
Interesting.
a fun thing to do, and it's not meant to plan out any murders. In fact, one thing I've suggested is if it's really good, change the names and you can even publish your story. How's that for a reward at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, there is a lot of writers who do write real criminal stories where they explain in horrific details how this and that had happened. So your fun exercise apparently something entertaining. And
Well, that's the purpose of it.
exactly.
It allows you to literally kill your stress.
So how do you help your clients live a low stress life?
Well, I teach them how to release the stress. And I mean, the problem with being stressed out, that this is a big problem, is, first something happens and it's like, tightened up. Okay. And then you're walking along and somebody cuts you off. Their car just barely misses you. It's like, ah! And once again, tense, 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 tense. And then you're walking along, and something else happens, or you go to a store and the cashier is not very nice to you, or rushes you through and doesn't seem to care about what they're doing, or you talk to someone and they treat you like you're an idiot. And these just keep going in and in and in. And every time you tighten up and tighten up and tighten up, you're hurting your body. So, what I teach you how to do is to decompress. So, one instant you think about, okay, what have I learned from this? What did this teach me? What did this cause me to do differently?
Mm-hmm.
So, what did I learn from this? What did I accomplish from this? How did this help me? Well, somebody cutting you off with their car might teach you to jump back a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time you see a car coming from you, you're going to jump back. So you've learned something on how to keep yourself safer. Yes, this person is still not a nice person. You still don't like them. But the next time you're not going to panic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one technique. Another technique, like I said, is the meditation, where the Anapanasati breathing is one of them, where you actually will learn how to do deep breathing, where you're breathing into your diaphragm. And you're doing this in such a way that you're letting go of everything else. You're just examining things of what you feel and what you're experiencing within your body. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out.
And you counted like up to 5 or something, right?
Yes, you do. And you count like up to 5, up to 10. And you're just noticing how the air is going in through your mouth. You're concentrating on bringing all the bad stuff up. Breathe it in. Okay, let's get rid of it.
To breathe it out.
Breathe it out. Spit it out. Get it out of there. You don't need it. And by having these moments of decompressing, by having these moments where you're being released, you literally are helping your body. You're helping your body, you're helping your mind, you're helping your energy. And the lovely thing is every month I go through the healing as well, and we get rid of all those extra blocks that wouldn't come out. So at the end of the month, you're starting over, start the new month, all relaxed, and you can experience this stuff over and over and over. And the wonderful thing about the coaching sessions is I don't lock you into every week. You want to come to see me every week? That's okay. I am always available for my clients. I make sure I'm working with people and helping them deal with their particular issues, helping them build goals where they can improve the things in their lives. Like, for example, one client would like to not feel like awful every time she comes home because she can't keep up with all of it. So I will tell her, okay, well, you're going to have to let go of this guilt. You have to think about this. You have to train your mind to realize that you are more than just a servant. You are more than a slave to your family.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the fulfilling career. You can have the awesome kids that you love to spend time with. You can have the romantic liaisons with the husband. You can have all this, but it's going to take work. It's going to take realizing that you don't have to feel bad about wanting to have things in your life
Mm-hmm.
besides being in service to your family. You're allowed to have it all. And the sooner people learn and society learns that women are more than just an accessory for the men, that we're more than there to just do the housework and raise the kids and okay, let's get out of the dark ages, let's get out of the 50s. And I mean, that's where my Cleaver fever cure comes in. Yes, from June Cleaver, if anyone has a guess.
That was my next question. What is Cleaver
Cleaver
fever
fever cure is basically changing the way of looking at things so you don't feel like you have to be the superstar at work plus June Cleaver at home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be the first housewife and the perfect mom and stuff like that. Your kids don't want you to be perfect. They want you to be human. They want you to be their mom. They want to go out and go snowball fights in the wintertime instead of you lying in your bed in agony. They want their mother to be part of their life. They don't need you as their servant. They need you as their mother, as somebody who is happy to be around them, someone who teaches them that life can be fun.
That is so true, actually. We are missing fun. We're constantly in a chase, endless chase of some next
Well,
step
it's like
or
the
goal.
dog chasing the tail, just going around and round and round and
Exactly.
round and round. And they're never going to catch that tail. Okay. It's
Exactly.
never going to happen. The more you expect from yourself to do things that you don't want to do, the worse you're going to feel about it. And you don't want to feel that way. You
No,
want
you
to
do not.
feel like you can accomplish anything because you can. But, you know, we're not superhuman. We're not gods. We're not demigods or goddesses. We're people. And we need to accept that although we have limitations, inspiration and achievement is all there out in front of you.
Indeed.
And it's a matter of believing in something bigger.
Probably.
Yes, I know a lot of people don't believe in all this alternative medicine stuff. And I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't believe in it when I first started.
See?
Okay, but the things I've seen where the Eastern medicine is concerned is it's beautiful. And you can have that fun life where you wake up every morning and you're smiling and laughing because you can't wait to be with people you love instead of dreading it.
Yeah, I hear you. So I guess my last question would be, this entire podcast is to show people how to draw from our everyday reality some motivation, inspiration, which would lead to their success in this or that, whatever important area would be. What would you say something positive they can strive to from your point of view?
Be well, be happy, be the goddess you were meant to be.
And what would you say to those men who need to share our burden too?
Guys, we're not superhuman. Get off your butts.
And just help us a
Okay.
little bit, right?
Sorry, guys, but you know what? It's time you got up, got into the kitchen, because let's face it, a lot of men don't know how to do anything. And let the kids learn how to do this.
That
Because
too.
otherwise, you're going to end up with a kid who is in their 20s who has no clue how to take care of themselves. And at that point, as a mom, you really would have failed.
You would
Because
say
that's
so,
what our
right?
purpose is to teach them to not need us.
Exactly.
And what better way than to get them involved right from the start?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not talking about infants, okay?
Yeah, of course.
But anyone 5 and up can contribute. And
As they
the
should.
kids, they love doing cooking. They love to cook. They love to clean, some of them. Let
Well,
them do it.
that was absolutely wonderful talk, and I hope a
Thank
lot of
you.
people would learn a thing or two about meditation, and maybe not just meditation, Eastern medicine, and would give it a try, because alternative healing actually is something I started recently dwelling or delving into. So we'll see. Maybe one of these days we will get you back and we can share
Well,
some
I
more
know Reiki is
experiences.
quite the experience. And I mean, I've done Reiki treatments on clients where I could literally see things that they were thinking about.
Wow, how interesting. Definitely. We're definitely going to bring you back to talk.
Okay.
Thank you so
Sounds
much.
wonderful. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much.
for having me, Tatiana.
You're more than welcome. It was a pleasure, and I can't wait for you to come back. And that's it. It's time to wrap up another episode. You can find any of your favorite episodes anywhere where you're listening to your podcasts: Google, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Could you possibly do me a favor and leave a review there to help other amazing people like yourself to find my podcast faster? If you got a question, suggestion, or just want to say hello, please find me on Instagram at _Tatiana Davidoff. Until next episode, stay safe, motivated, peaceful, happy. Bye-bye.